So yeah, today we're doing judo stuff. So what we're going to do, I'm going to run through my basic grip fighting and positioning of my hips and legs. Then Pete's going to do sacrifice, I think you said?
Yeah, I'll do a nice sacrifice throw. It's sort of like a lateral drop, but it's a nice easy sacrifice throw.
Yeah, cool. And then I'll quickly go through pulling guard, which is like the in a comp, you're not feeling confident with someone, you just want to bail out, get them in your close guard. So we'll finish with that, and I've got a little detail that Cal showed me, which is awesome, and it helps a lot, just like kind of changing angles. Okay, so the first one, what I find a lot, especially when I was in white belt competitions, a lot of people stand orthodox, like in striking, so they slap arm, the fight starts, a lot of people start like grappling like this, which is weird, because if you're going to go for judo moves, the actual kind of orthodox stance for right-handed people is this side, so right forward. So Pete's left forward. So now this is kind of like standard kind of judo position, okay? So for striking, it's your left foot forward for right-handed people, but in judo and kind of gi jiu-jitsu, you want to put your right foot forward, not your left, okay? So step one, here, we slap bump, we start the fight. A lot of people we end up in just this, and it's kind of just sloppy and, it's not neat. So for me, we're in position, left forward. What I'm looking for is I want to protect with my right hand my lapel on this side, okay? Because if he shoots for a lapel grip or anything with this, yeah, I can kind of deflect it, or even with his left hand, I can deflect it either way. So I'm kind of protecting myself, okay? Because my first objective, I want to get a bicep grip or a sleeve grip with my left hand, okay? So we're here, we slap bump, I'm protecting, and a way to make it a bit easier, if I kind of step out this way, the distance between my hand and his bicep or his sleeve is much shorter than the distance between this hand and my lapel. So he's going to have to do a huge, pretty much like a fully extended strike just to get grips. So from here, if I kind of like start angling out this way, bang. See, it's a short distance compared to this distance, okay? So step one, we start the fight. You can even go lower on jiu-jitsu, people start fighting here. But if you can still do the same thing, we're angling out, grips, and then I can kind of stand up and play a bit more judo. Okay, so the grips, with this, there's two. You can either go, you kind of pinch the bicep, grab the fabric and kind of like wrap it around the hand, and it kind of like takes away all the fabric. So it's not like a loose grip like this, where there's movement. You kind of pinch, wrap it around. So I'm kind of like punching his tricep, and I can kind of control it much easier. Yeah? So that's grip number one. I grab it over his bicep, I wrap it to the outside, like this. Or similarly at the sleeve, you can grab sleeve, same thing. Okay? So that's the first grip. Okay? So for the first little drill, anyone left-handed, everyone's happy to just do right stance, right stance. All good? We're here, we protect our lapel, we're going to angle this way, grab sleeve, or we're going to angle, grab bicep. Okay? And with this one, we want to shoot deep, just in jiu-jitsu, thumb in. The higher up, the better. Okay? So if we end up in this position, I have dominant. If you want to get a sleeve or a lapel with this, either or. I have dominant because my thumb grip is higher than his thumb. Because I'm pulling him down, I'm pulling him like this way. Yeah? See how my right hand is higher than his right hand? So I have all the leverage, the dominant, like the advantage in leverage. So we can go like the Sotogari, we can come through for the Uchi, but I've got control and more leverage of his stance, okay? So first one, we're just going to simulate like it's a match. Slap bump, protect, step around, shoot, come through, and we just want to get the dominant step, and you can get grips wherever you want. But we just want our right arm to be higher than his right arm. We want to pinch his bicep here. This is the dominant judo starting sport. Okay? Alright guys, 1, 2.
So this one, it's a nice little sacrifice throw, and it works best when your opponent is pushing into you. So you've kind of got to give them a bit, but when they start to come back into you is the time when you She's going to be nailed quite well. And it's the same deal as what Ollie was saying about the angles. So for me, in stand-up, I never like to start square on. So I'm always as well cutting the angle. And it doesn't have to be extreme, just a little fade, a little half step to the side, and I've cut the angle already. So for me, I won't worry about the grip fighting and how you set it up and I set it up, because that's a whole nother menagerie. But it's essentially, I want either a collar, nice lapel, or if it's Nagi, you can get the grip there, or under here on the shoulder, or a nice underhook. Doesn't really matter. So let's start with a nice lapel grip. I like to fold the lapel grip, dive in, get a nice handful of D. The next hand, either on the sleeve, back of the elbow, or you can get it down here. I do like, because I'm cutting the angle, so I do like coming in close. I do like this setup, and I like to cup the arm here as well. Reason being, it works well in Nagi. So if I've got this hook in Nagi, I can also get that in Nagi as well. So I try and keep things the same here in Nagi as much as I possibly can. Let's go with the lapel. We've got to this point here. Where I want my inside leg. So it's my inside leg because I've gone to the side of Ruben. So this one's coming in. It's going to hook behind that knee. This leg is going to lay down there beside Ruben. So essentially, it's going to be that. And with Ruben, going that way. And if you can nail it nicely, you should end up in Kazakatana. If you can nail it nicely. So with here, I like to be here, and as Ruben is coming into me, Ruben starts, so see he's pushing in. Give him a little bit, he pushes in. Ready, bro? Yep. He pushes in. Ruben pushes in. See, I'm keeping that cup, keeping it driven there, slide my knees through, land in a nice busy time. One more. Don't worry too much about the grip fight where you're going to set up the grips. Sort of start here if you want. Nice and close to him. Pushing back. He starts pushing in. Keep that arm cupped as well. Remember to drive the shoulder, because then you've got options wherever you want to go. If you're here, it's great. Or you can go to side control. It's whatever you want to do, but land in a dominant position. If you don't, if for example we go one more and I don't finish it, what have I done? Nothing. All I've done is both of us are on the ground. I haven't really achieved anything. There's no control. I'm not in a dominant position, so I've done all that work to get him down, but I haven't got a dominant position. So finish it in a dominant spot, whether it's side control or kizzy. Do you want to see it again?
Of course.
One more. Yeah. Thanks, Ruben.
A little harder this time. Can you do it like on a cop straight to see what Ruben does?
Do you want me to show you Nagi?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? To prove it works in Nagi.
It's right, you're getting thrown, so.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'll show you why this. So here, start coming in. See, I'll cut the angle. I start biting down this side. I like to bite down on this. There's a reason why, because I want that arm. Here, so even got a nice collar tie. You start pushing into me. Straight to Kizzy. Oh. And get a nice arm bar as well. So.
Nice.
Give it a go.
Beautiful.
Any questions? Make sense? Don't worry about the setup of the grips. Just start here. Because it's more, you've got to get used to dropping. You've got to get used to turning, twisting and turning. Make sure you get the knee behind there as well.
If anyone's not comfortable, we can have a pair on the crash pad as well. Yeah. I would recommend that if you've never done any throws. Just for the first one, so you're like, oh, that's not that bad.
And go to your comfort level as well. Like I say, even if you just want to do the entry and the setup and then stop there until you get a bit more confidence. But if you're being thrown, go with it. 1, 2.
Dominant sleeve hand fighting to break our opponent's posture. We've done a sacrifice throw. Some people were doing kind of like Uchimadas and Sotogaras, whatever, that's cool. Just as like if it works. The last one is, in Judo it's used as a bailout when you don't have dominant grips, but in Jiu-Jitsu it's used as a game plan aid. A lot of people, this is what they do, because it's all they know how to do. You know, I've been to that stage, we all kind of do. For the competitors, it's just a pulling guard. So, one thing with pulling guard, the most basic, boring, crap version, you're kind of hand fighting. Oh, you look like you know where to stand up, I'm just going to throw a leg on and just fall straight back. Oh yeah, hopefully we end up here. See how we go. Oh wait, he's past me, no good. You know, that's what happens. If you're a sloppy guard puller, you're just going to get past and you lose points. So one thing to know is, if I'm pulling guard and I succeed, that's 2 points for me. Great, it's a takedown. Sick, awesome. If Pete grabs my pant leg in any moment before my shoulder blades and my back hit the ground, that's not a takedown. You don't get any points. So this is why if I'm just sloppy, yeah, okay, I don't know much judo, bang, he grabs, mate, and he passes, amazing. I'm on 0 points, he goes to side. 1, 2, 3. It's not 3-2, it's 3-0 right now. Okay? So, with pulling guard, you've got to be snappy about it, and the thing that Cal showed me is cutting angles. So similar to what we're doing with the judo, we're here, we're cutting angles. If Pete actually gets dominant grip on me, so you get higher, thumb, I need to bail out. Like, he's going to throw me, it's a matter of time. He has all the advantage, so I'll go a bit this way. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go like a punch grip under his dominant hand, and that's just my bailout grip, okay? Same thing, we're going to pull guard, but instead of just being hips straight and going back this way, we're going to come from an angle, okay? So if I come like step on an angle, plant, fall, it's going to be hard for him to grab my pant, leg number 1. Number 2, it's just better to get into a guard position. And number 3, if we go back to the start, if you're snappy about it, I've forgotten the Japanese name for it, but this is actually a legitimate tactic where he's got dominant, I got my punch grip, I cut angles, I won't do it, maybe the crash mat, see how you feel. But basically I'm planting my foot on the pull guard, but when I fall, because I'm creating this kind of sideways movement, I throw him over me and I'm kicking him. Kind of, I won't do it because it's one motion, but imagine his back falling here. So if you just kind of like fall slowly here, and you actually end in mount. Okay? So is there anyone? How you feeling? Yeah, is it a Tomoe Nage? There we go, perfect. Is it? Yeah? Yeah, okay. Crash pad or not? Okay.
Yes, let's have the medic do it.
Yeah, okay, so we're here. Ian's got dominant grips. I've kind of got sleeve or here. I've just got my punch grip. You're here, cut the angle. Yeah? I'm going to the pull guard. I want to come down. I'm going to throw him this way. And end in mount. Okay? That was a bit of a sloppy one. You can get right over your own shoulder and like launch him in the air more. But we're all friends here. If you want to give it a crack, you can. But for today, we're just doing the pull guard section. So Ian's got dominant grips. I need to bail out, come from an angle, bang. We can even just do that, sure, that works. So I've got my guard, but if my momentum's still going this way, and I've got grip, just go straight into a sweep. That's fine as well, okay? So for today, we're focusing on the guard pull. The Tomoe Nage is an option from there, but the guard pull coming in from an angle, that's what we're focusing on, okay? And if you guys get good at this, you'll win white belt matches. Like, it's just sloppy. And I was one of them. I had to actively sit down and be like, I need to work my stand-up, this is crap. So I just did my own research. I grabbed Cal, grabbed Eric, grabbed Troy, grabbed all the hard belts, and you just got to work on filling your holes in your own game. But that's it. So obviously you can do it from dominant sleeves, that's fine. But this is also a move if you've got weaker grips and you need to bail out. Crap, he's going to throw me soon. I've got to get out of here. So you just bang, cut the angle across, hip, lean this way, throw them that way. Or just get guard. Either or. Okay, we'll give that a go. 1, 2.